Hello, everyone. Richard Martin, All Bricks Count. And I haven't done this in a little while. Haven't gotten a lot that I wanted to show off. Got a couple packages here. And there we go. Now I can see what you guys are seeing. Got one I wasn't expecting until next week. Courtesy of Pitney Bowes forwarding eBay stuff. And if it's what I think it is, this is going to be definitely new for me. And this is another piece of an important collection. I'll be happy to show you that in a moment. And then this one, no shipping box. This was one that really wanted, because there's about 3 more sets I want from the Call of Duty line. And I was pricing it on eBay and on Facebook Marketplace for weeks. Either no one had it or very few people were offering it up on Marketplace. But on eBay, there's pretty good flow of them, overpriced and with crazy shipping coming from States or Germany or the UK to get it here to Canada. So I kept passing on a lot of opportunities, and then followed up on Kijiji, local GTA deal, and saw that the seller offered this at a decent price. And I contacted him, and sure enough, he was someone I had a previous deal just actually a week before. Picked up a Skeletor set. You probably remember from my previous haul. One similar to this. This one's mine, but the one I got from the guy I got a really good deal on. And so, since I had previous good deals, talked to him, and it actually initially passed. Um, his price was still the best, easy. And that was without shipping, because of course it'd be a local drive for me. Actually, it's only minutes from where I work, but my wife had some business to attend to in the area, and the seller actually contacted me back since we had previously exchanged telephone numbers. He was able to text me back and offered me a even better deal because of previous good experience with me. And I said, hey, your original price was great. You had knocked it down even more. I couldn't refuse it. This is not a big space station. This is just a small little attack platform, weapon platform, basically. But it had what looks like 3 really great little mega blocks, astronaut figures, full gear, some guns, because of course, apparently you need guns in space, and the weapons platform itself. So I'm not sure if I'd want to build this as part of the Call of Duty stuff or if I want to build this as part of the space stuff. This doesn't actually represent a current um, weapons platform that I know of. You know, much of Star Wars didn't get into the space program, but some people say a lot of it did. Um, but yeah, I'm really eager to get this built. This is a nice set. Best price I've seen. Win-win-win. Nothing much to show you there. Really, nothing much there. Off the top of my head, I don't even know what year this was. 2013. So I consider myself very fortunate to get this sealed, and I don't think I'm going to have any issues with this guy, with this set. Not for the box collector, though. This is a little beat up, some shelfware, but that is not a problem for me. So, got that. And Now we can open some stuff. This one, actually, I was really upset. Ordered this, got an okay deal, not the best deal by any means. And I'll explain more once I get it open. But I flipped out that it took the seller maybe a week to ship. Considering almost all the eBay sellers that I deal with, they cry foul if you haven't paid them in a day or two, and I very promptly pay as soon as I won. Actually, I don't remember if this was buy it or an offer or a bid. Don't recall. But very nervous here. Okay, good signs so far. Oh, wow. So he used, probably can't see it, but there you go. He flipped it, a Mega Bloks box inside out to ship. Guess he didn't have anything else. I mean, hey, that's great. Turned out to be a very good box. Not often I see that, so that was cool. And a warthog. You might recall from a little while ago, I did my massive warthog collection, and I admitted that despite having virtually every hog, it was only virtually every hog, I was short one that I knew of at the time, this being the one. Because, let me take a look in, just so I don't speak wrongly of this situation here. I'm going to look up my hog collection. And that should be this. So if I look for, come on, big purple thing. Okay. So this is a reissue. Yes, okay. So in 2011, they released this set with ever so slightly different packaging and a different number. And I bought the first one, 96923 UNSC Rocket Hog versus anti-aircraft gun. Great set, wasn't perfect by any means. Decent. Love the Warthog. Love the Warthog. I think I had to get creative when putting these pieces together, though, to keep them tight because they were loose, you know, typical Mega Bloks for the time. And for whatever reason, this was reissued a year later. That's what this is. And as a reissue it's 97189. And just before I made my compilation video, I had become aware of the reissue, and I realized, you know what, there's like virtually no difference here. You know, I'm looking now at my old photos of the original one, and you got the yellow driver, the yellow Spartan. You got the couple of Covenant figures. You get a U.S. Did I show pictures of the Marine originally? Just trying to see if I get. Oh yeah, the Marine was in the gunner spot. So, I mean, literally, you're getting everything. I'm pretty sure there's nothing different. And what I'm curious about is what's the book inside. It's a sealed set. Looks like I shouldn't have any issues. You never know. Some people are unscrupulous, but until I break it down and open it, I'm not going to know. But yeah, excited because between this set and the other one, this one I knew I was missing, and then, you know, a bunch of weeks back when I got this one, That is every single Warthog set ever produced that you could buy, including the convention ones like the Penny Arcade Expo, the pack set, you know, and the large kind of U.S. Ultimate Collector's Edition type style one, the giant hog. I've got them all. The metal one, I got it. Which is the one that comes in the helmet. So very pleased. Very, very pleased. Nothing too special about this box. Just so you can see it all. I tell you, these boxes are way oversized. This whole thing could be put in a box this big. Easy. It's only 551 pieces, but it's got like these giant parts here. Kind of ridiculous. Typical Mega Bloks at the time. A lot of one-off parts. It'll be nice to build this style Warthog again. I know they call it a rocket hog, but in my world, that's a Warthog. So, it wasn't cheap. I was very upset with the seller. When I kept checking my eBay, it's like no tracking. No, oh, that's why I was upset. So no tracking, no tracking, no tracking. So I was upset. It took him so long to ship. He clearly paid enough to ship it, and actually, it had a tracking code, but he didn't. I guess he just made the mistake of not putting it into the eBay information or whatever. It made me sweat because I was worried about it just not getting to me, and having to dispute stuff, and no one wants that. I definitely don't. And now the most interesting and possibly the most sketchy set. This was like Pitney Bowes forwarding from the States for eBay or whatever I picked it up from, because let's cut this open and I'll tell you the whole story. Sorry about the lack of videos lately, but no one wants to see me sort stuff, and if I don't have something interesting to talk about, I don't really feel like putting it out there on the video. And I'm trying to get snups fixed. I'm in touch with the developers because there's some issues going on with that, and I'm hoping it's just COVID delaying stuff getting done. I'm always nervous opening stuff from someone I've bought from before, especially if I've got little to no feedback or there's zero. Maybe it's the first time. All right, so we're full of packing. All right. A couple weeks ago, I didn't even know this stuff existed. And I'll be checking that box after. But it looks like it's just full of paper. So I tripped over something somewhere, made me start searching eBay for this stuff. I'll share with you for the first time. And I should have known it existed because there was another line of stuff. Okay, this is great. So, what we have here is G.I.Joe versus Cobra, the built to rule. Actually, that was build to rule. Maybe that would be proper English. But anyway, built to rule. And what you're getting is a wow. Man, it's still wow, cool. It looks okay. You're getting a brick built set, and as you can see, they show the Lego stylings here. This was so you get the brick built set, which they had, I don't know, 6 to 10 sets during the one release year, which was 2003. I'm not sure if they did anything beyond that because, as far as I know, this bombed. This was not popular. But Hasbro, being the longtime owner or licensee of G.I. Joe, they made all those 4-inch figures that we played with when we were kids. When I clued in that there was a brick-built set that featured, oh, look at this, he fell out. There we go. The rubber bands are so old that held him in place from 2003. They have given way. So he's been bouncing around in there. Hopefully he's okay. But it's a 4-inch, 3.5-inch, 4-inch figure, whatever. And you get this brick built set. Now, this doesn't necessarily look like anything I remember playing with as a kid. I had lots of G.I. Joes, but this apparently is the character Frostbite. Forest Fox is apparently the vehicle name. But it's like, wow, only 45 pieces. This is definitely on the simple side. And I'm not sure if we can see this, but here, I don't know, that's not going to auto zoom. I don't have that set up. But they got studs on their forearms, at least 2 studs, which, I guess you could put a brick on their arm. And I just thought, wow. And of course, this is a precursor to what I was kind of more aware of, which is the Creo line. Hasbro has their own brick line. I know everyone for years has been talking, oh, I wish, Lego would make G.I. Joe. It'd be a match made in heaven. It'd be great. But, G.I. Joe war toys probably don't fit into the Lego mindset too much. But it's never going to happen as long as Hasbro thinks Creo is going to be a thing for them. So when I was researching this stuff, and this was the only cheap thing I could buy. Wow, that figure's bouncing around good. The only cheap thing I could buy from the Built to Rule line that was still sealed in box. I didn't want to use set. If I like this later, I can try and hunt down other stuff. But I just wanted one piece of this. I wanted to sample it, see what Hasbro's bricks were before Creo. And it's G.I. Joe, And it's got an action figure. And I haven't had action figures in, 40 years. So wanted to try this out. And yeah, look at these studs on the forearms. Oh, those are hideous. I can't believe someone thought that was a good idea. Wow. So I'm excited to get around to that. Not sure how that fits into my brick build stuff, but it was a curiosity. Definitely qualifies under our all bricks count. Now, this packaging says 2002, and this one's 2003. I'm not fighting it. Pretty interesting piece there for my collection. So, in the near future, I will have a Creo set. One I'm really excited for. Actually, I'm far more excited for that set than this set, even though this one has a full-size action figure. And the other set that's coming, being Creo, has a more typical Lego shape, size figure. Let's say size figure, because it's not the same shape. Creos are different. But they are a stud brick system that's compatible with Lego. So that should be anytime in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, depending on how well things move. Things seem to be moving pretty good. I don't know why people are complaining, oh, stuff's not shipping. I find the shipping times are very reasonable right now with all the craziness that's going on. So I will definitely want to bang out those Warthog sets in the near future. There's just no way we're getting all this in the same. I would like to. There we go. So yeah, that's my little haul for this week. I won't make another video for hauls if anything comes in the next 2 days, because Canada Post does deliver on the weekends right now. They're so backlogged. But I'll hold it off till next week, Thursday or Friday. Maybe not Friday, unless I do it early. But yeah, this. Actually, I just realized it's totally non-Lego this time around. Fear not. Um, Lots of sets this summer coming out in Lego I do want. But definitely filling out that non-Lego side of the collections, That was one of my grails to get this set. This now makes 7 Call of Duty sets. There's 2 more I'm hunting aggressively. Anyone wants to get me a deal on an elephant complete, ideally new, but if it's used, I'm interested. Is that right? The elephant? Or am I thinking is a Halo? Okay, sorry, that's a Halo one, but I'm interested. The large APC for Call of Duty, I'm interested in. Same deal, ideally new, but used if 100% complete, I might entertain. And there's probably, the Panzer tank. I don't have the Panzer tank in Call of Duty, so I'm still hunting that. Same deal, new ideally, used if complete. And if you guys have got a line on these G.I. Joe bulls, whether it's the Built to Rule or the later Creo line, get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you about this stuff because there's not a lot of info out there, not a lot of videos. I probably have watched them all already, but love to see what you got. If you're selling, I might be interested. There's just so little of it, so little of it. And I might not be so picky with the new used. I did want new for my first exposures to both lines, even though it's from the same manufacturer. So many years apart and different takes on the same ideas. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and keep an eye out for a bunch of review videos I'm about to dump onto YouTube and Facebook at All Bricks Count on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Snups when that's working, and Pinterest. Come to my Facebook and you'll find links to everything. How about that? Thanks for joining me, Richard Martin for All Bricks Count. Cheerio. And if I can get my mouse working, we are out.